let's work on the test review today. So I'm going to work on some examples and then you can work on the rest of the questions. So please pay close attention to it. So when you have a 5 parenthesis 3a minus 4, first you do is a distributive property. You multiply with this one here, and that's going to be a 5 times 3a. 5 times 3 is 15. Don't forget symbol or the sign, number, and letter. So this is the order. First sign, there's a positive and positive. Positive times positive is positive. That's going to be next number. 5 times 3 is 15. And then letter, it's A. Again, the next one, let me use a different color. And then 5 times this. Before that one, positive times negative is negative. The next number is 5 times 4. That's 20. Okay, so that's your answer for the distributive property. So now take some time, work on the next question. I'm going to leave the question for you guys and take some time, pause the video, and work on the next question here. Okay, all right, as soon as you're done, let's move on to the next question. In this question, they're asking for the equivalent expressions. So obviously, when you see the equivalent expressions, first of all, you work on the first part and then second part and combine like terms. So let's work on this question here. So the first thing I see this follow the same way that we did it in the last one. I'm going to write it one more time so that way you can see a little bigger. It's a 5 parenthesis 3a minus 4, and then minus 2 parenthesis 4a minus 1. Or you can say 5 groups of 3a minus 4, or negative 2 groups of 4a minus 1. Let's do the distributive property. Symbol, number, letter. Symbol, positive, positive, that's a positive. 5 times 3, that's 15. Letter A. And then we do the next one. Again, symbol, this is positive times negative is negative. And then 5 times 4, that's 20. Next, we'll go with this one now. Multiply this one with this one. So symbol, negative times positive is negative. 2 times 4 is 8. And then letter A. Similarly, negative times negative is positive. Remember, you write that. And the number 2 times 1 is 2. Now look for the like terms. Like terms means it has the same letters or the variables. I can see that 15a and the negative a, as these are the like terms. So when you say like terms, 15 minus 8. So you can use a number line, or you can think of this. Let's say if you're at the 0 and 15, you went up to 15, and then you went down 8. So you subtract. So it's going to be 15 minus 8, which is going to, so do the math and tell me what you guys get. 15 minus 8 is 7a, and then that's 20, and this is negative 20 plus 2. So same number line again. You went down 20 blocks, and then you went up 2 blocks. So that's going to be still on the negative side. That's going to be a negative 18. So look at the options, which one does match. So you're going to select that option. Okay. So make sure you guys practice this so that way you can get a better idea on this one. Okay. So once you're complete this one, you can practice the other questions and make sure you guys are doing very well. Take some time, understand. We'll do the next one. Alrighty. The question number 3, it says equivalent. Equivalent means it has to have the same values. So in this case, you guys please be careful with the negative signs especially. You need to be very, very careful with the signs. Then easily you can answer this question. In this one, I'm going to do the second part of that. And then I'm going to leave that one to you guys to work on. So I'm going to put this one right here. Now let's check this one. Let's see whether they're equivalent or not. What you do, you distribute it, this one, with the first one. Symbol, negative times negative is positive. And the number, 6 times 4, that's 24. And the letter A. And then distribute this one to this. Negative times positive is negative. 6 times 8, 48. So if I see plus 24a minus 48, and then I see the no sign, that means they're pretty much same, because plus you don't need to write a sign. So you can write a 24a minus 48. So I see the same thing as here. So that's equivalent. Okay, so you try the same way, the last question. So that way you can get through the answer out there too. Okay, so take some time and finish the first one, letter A, practice one. All right, next question. Okay, so in this question, you need to understand the question carefully. That way it makes much easier for you guys. So let's read this one carefully. And this one says, Miss Aglas organizes a field trip to the Science Center, and she orders 112 student tickets and 5 adult tickets. So remember, this is 112 student tickets and then 5 adult tickets. So remember which one is student and which one is adult. So these are the students' tickets and these are the adults' tickets. Okay, remember that. And then the cost of a student ticket is S, and then cost of the adult is A. So just like we use the letters up here, student is S and then A is the adult. What does the expression this means? Like we know that as S means students, and then A means the adult. Now let's go back and see, they're organizing a field trip. How many student tickets? 112. And then 5 adult tickets. We don't know how much is the cost, but we know that's one, right? Is the S is the cost of the student, and then A is the cost of the adult. So if I say here 112S plus 5A, which is the total cost, let's say how much is that we spent on the field trip, because we don't know how many kids are there, but how many students are there. But whatever the number of students, we're going to multiply with 112, and then $5 for the, or 5 adults with $8 for the adult. So that's, you combine, so you're going to get the total cost. So if you look at the options, cost of the all tickets, or number of people visiting, or cost for the one student and one adult, the number of tickets for is and buys. But are we looking at, what are we looking? Because right here, if you look at it, the total, this is the total cost. Okay, so this is not one adult, one ticket, and also this is not how many people are visiting. No, and then this is not about the tickets, but it's cost. So this right answer is cost. Okay, total cost basically. all the tickets. It's really important is all the tickets, not just only one ticket. It's all the tickets. Okay, remember that. Okay, work on the next one, same as these. Finish the other one, take your time and get it done. All right, next one. Let's read the question carefully before we answer it. Mr. Joy and a group of his friends are going to watch Avatar 2 movie. The movie ticket cost $65 altogether. Remember that? Read carefully. That way you can complete the question easily. If you don't read the question carefully, you may get a chance to get the wrong answers. So right here, it talks about they are going to the Avatar 2 movie. But in this case, if I look at it, the movie cost $65 for all together. $65 all together for everybody. They also buy 5 sodas. The cost of each drink is the same price. The group spends a total of $89.50 for the total tickets and the drinks. How much each drink cost? Okay, so think of this question carefully, and we know this. They're asking for each drink cost, but we know the total cost is $89.50. So let's go step by step what we given to you. So let's say if I want to put it total cost, we can come back and work on that one. Let's think about this. Total cost is going to be movie tickets cost. Tickets cost plus 5 times soda cost. Each soda, right? Each soda, because we have 5 sodas we bought it. Now, total movie cost is $89.50. And also, this movie tickets cost is $65 plus 5 times each soda. Do we understand this? Now let's do the simple math up here. Or 5 times what plus 65 gives you the total cost of $89. Okay, so let's do that math right here. Or a simple way, remember the equations we did. So if I say 65 ones here and then 89.50 here, so we can subtract 65 from 89.50. What we can do, we can take away, subtract here, this cross out, positive minus, or positive negative cross out, and then also I can subtract 65. Please make sure you do align them, because otherwise you're gonna get a mistake. So how much I have left with here is $24.50, which is 5 times of each soda. So we need to find out the each soda. So what we're gonna do, five of the sodas is $24.50. So how much each soda? So divided by 5. So I'm gonna divide it by 5. Divide this one by 5. So to the math, $24.50. If you divide it by 5, so you're gonna get it $4.90. That's for the each soda cost. Okay, so that's how you do work on these questions. Please prepare and study at home, because on the test, we'll get you the similar type of question. I want everybody to do well on the test. Okay. Okay. Pause the video, make sure you understand how to answer this question. That way you should be good. Okay. If you don't understand, you can go back and then rewind and then go back one more time. That way you should be good. Okay. All right. Next question. We've been doing this question in the class too. Now what we're doing here is the x plus 8 value. So the easiest way, divide it, whatever this is 3 groups of x plus 8 is 60. Let's say if I have 3 groups, I have $60. So how much each group is going to get? Simply divide by 60 divided by 3. So you're going to get x plus 8. So 60 divided by 3, that's 20. Similarly, I have 6 groups, $60. So divided by 6. So x plus 8, it's a $10, or 10 basically, not dollars. But so if I have 5 groups, $60 or 60, so divided by 5, so this x plus 8 is 12. So look at all these. Which one, what is the value of x plus 8 in the following? Or we can say, what is the greatest value? Greatest value for the x plus 8. Obviously, you can see this is the greatest. And if they ask you for the least, so this is the least value for x plus 8. Okay, so it depends what they ask you on the test. So it depends. If they ask you least, then you can choose the least. If they ask you for the greatest, then you choose the greatest. Okay. All right, take some time. Make sure you understand. Okay. All right, moving on to the next question, number 8. So in this one, obviously, so you're trying to, let's see, it's loading up. Okay. Now, question number 8 or 7, both of them looks the same. So I'm going to do the 8, and then you guys can work on 7. So these questions are super easy. You only need to pay close attention to it. So if I look at this problem right here, x over 4 minus 2 equal 5. So for the hanger diagram, it's going to be a little bit harder to draw. But if you if you could think of this is negative 2, and then you want to get rid of it, you got to do the opposite. If it is positive, you take away. But if it's negative, you're going to add 2. Add 2 here, and then add 2 here. Positive, negative cross out, 0 pair. And then here you got x over 4. And then here you got 7. Okay? So it's saying basically something divided by 4, which gives you 7. What divided by 4 is 7? Okay? Or I know this is like a 80, let's say, or a simple way, since it is a division, multiply by 4 on both sides. Okay? Multiply by 4 on both sides, so you're going to get x equal 28. You can cross this. Simply, this is what they're asking. 28 divided by 4, that is 7. Okay, so x value is 28. If I come back to here, the first step, since it is a minus, you add 2 on both sides. And then isolate the variable. This is the variable. So what we did, we multiply by 4. Isolate the variable, multiply both sides by 4. Multiply. Since it is divide, we multiply. So solution, we got x is 28. X equal 28. Okay. Good. Next question. Make sure you guys copy and then understand. You guys can go back and then review one more time. That way it should be good. All right. Question number 9. So this one, also let's go over, read the question carefully, so that way we can make more sense out of this. A flower shop is selling bundles of roses for Valentine's Day. So each bundle has 4 pink roses and in 1 red rose. So please highlight it. So it has 4 pink and 1 red. Okay, so it has 4 pink and 1 red. And then cost of pink rose is P dollars. Cost of red rose is R dollars. So whenever you do these problems, you can always make sure you understand this. So you can write a 4 pink and then 1 red rose. And then cost is P dollars for the pink, P dollars cost, you can write it. And then here is the R dollars for the red roses. Now when you do this, and then shop prepares orders of 10 bundles. Okay, so you're making a 10 bundles roses. And determine each expression represents a total cost. Remember, when you read them carefully. The total cost of the order. So how much is the total cost? So let's think of this. So the 4 pink roses cost is P dollars. So that's the cost for the pink roses is going to be 4P. Similarly, 1 red rose is R dollars. That means cost is 1R. Or you can say R. But we're putting as a bundle, right? But how many bundles are we buying it? So we're buying 10 bundles. So the bundle is 4P plus 1R, but we have 10 of those. Okay, so your answer is 10 parentheses 4P plus R. And not only that, that's 10 parentheses 4P plus R. And also make sure you do the distributive property and see if any other ones are correct. So if I do the distributive property here, obviously I can see that the first one is answer. That's 10 parentheses 4P plus R. This is yes. And also we distribute it. That's going to be a 40P plus 10R. I see that second one is also works out. So this is also correct. And see if I have anything else like that, 40P plus 10R. I don't think this one is right, but last one, you can see this. I'm going to draw a line here so you can see what I'm talking about. This one, I bring it here. It's 5 parentheses 8P plus 2R. Let's do the distributive property. So that's 40. 5 times 8 is 40P. And then 5 times 2, that is 10R. So 40P plus 10R, I think that's also same. This also works. Okay, so be careful in selecting all the correct answers, not just only one answer. Okay, all right, so this is the review for the test, and we're going to take the test. So please go over this one as many times, and I wish you guys all the best for the test. Okay.